Here you can see some of the equipments they retrieved from underwater. Guitar, snorkel mask, face mask, some things they found underwater. If you throw a fruit peel in the ocean, it will take 2.5 weeks. Plastic bottle, glass bottle. So before you throw anything in the ocean on your next trip, whoever you are, if you are into those kind of shit, then don't do it, right? There was a point where I got a little far away from my instructor and I had to swim against the current. I put full force but could barely swim towards him. It was a very interesting experience for sure, and you feel so helpless in front of the powers of nature. औकात याद दिला देता है अपनी. And we saw some sharks, eagle race. Hello and namaste to everybody. Welcome to the second vlog of my Maldives trip. Today we are going to be starting the Advanced Scuba Diving Course. I was just going to say Advanced Mountaineering Course. Aadat se mazboor. Yeah, today we are going to be starting this Advanced Scuba Diving Course. I finished my open water basic course 3 months back. I did 5 dives in open water course. We have 5 dives in the advanced course. I finished the theory section that you are supposed to do online given by Paddy. And now it's time to enter the water, do 5 dives, 3 dives today and 2 dives tomorrow, and finish this advanced course. Very excited. I'm running a little late. I have to be at my dive center at 7:45. It's a little cloudy today. The last 2 days, you can see my face is burnt completely. The mountains, the oceans, they both burn the shit out of me. Here we are. Hello brother, how are you? Good morning. All set? So we are going to be doing 3 different kinds of dives today. The first one would be deep dive. Deep dive means, see, in the open water basic course you can touch 18 meters, but in the advanced course they take you down to 30, 35, maybe even 40 meters. That's the limit. So we are going to be doing that first. Second dive would be a navigation dive where you learn to use the compass and find your way and bearings in the water. And then we'll come back here for lunch, and after that we are going to be doing a drift dive. Well, there are some locations here where the underwater currents are strong, as in it's going from point A to point B below the water, the currents. So you start from point A and you learn how to use that drift and control yourself in that drift and exit the water from point B. So these are the 3 dives for today. Ready to leave? Okay brother. Top of the boat, baby. This is the best place for this ride. It will take us 20-25 minutes to reach the dive location, and we're gonna sit here and enjoy the ride. He went in to check the current there to understand how the water currents are like. It's important to know before we go in because he's a professional but I'm not. All good? So I finished the first dive and we saw some sharks, some eagle race. The only problem was that there's some problem with my right ear. It's not equalizing underwater properly and it's hurting now. We are going for Manta Point. So we have reached the location where we'll be diving now, the Manta Point. As sir says, it's a calm dive, 18 meters, 20 meters maximum, I think. such a beautiful dive. The ears equalized very well and I saw manta rays. It was beautiful. After the first dive I was not very happy because of the ears, but now I go back in the water for a bit till other divers come. I'm gonna enjoy the water a bit more. How was your dive, sir?
Yes, it's great.
Great.
We saw two mantas.
Yes, we did. We are on our way back to the island now to have some lunch and then we are coming again. I am more than manta. I am happy that my ears were equalizing because the first dive was a disaster and I was really hoping that this gets okay because I came here to do this course and if ears are not equalizing, that's a very sad way to go through this trip, but all good. Okay, so we are back at Maafushi. It's 12:30. We will go to the dive school and see what we are going to be doing in the afternoon and then I will go have lunch. Extremely hungry. Yeah, I came back to my room after eating some light food. Yeah, diving surprisingly makes you very exhausted and ghumne aane ke baad I just wanted to sleep. But now it's time to go again to the dive club and we have one dive left for today. Let's see which one that will be. Maybe wreck dive or coral garden. Let's see. Yes, so we are on our way for the third dive. This is how we roll in Maafushi. We're gonna go to Coral Garden dive site. Yeah, I don't think there's much skills to learn new things in advanced course. It's just practice. Oh, it's slippery. So here I am again on top of the boat. Though I know I will get burnt here, it's nice up here. Yeah, we are gonna go to Coral Garden dive site. It has very beautiful coral life. Here we are, this is the coral. We'll be going around this underwater. So let's go down and start gearing up. Finished the third dive for the day. Coral Garden was okay. We saw nothing special there. So when there is nothing to see, I think that okay, now this is time to practice on my skills. How to be buoyant, how to fin, like swim properly and some other skills which needs a lot of practice. So this dive was for me more about practicing that. In terms of marine life, there was nothing much. But a good practice dive for sure. Time to have a shower and then rest a bit. It's very exhausting actually, diving. So yeah, today is day 2 of my advanced course. 2 more dives left till I am officially certified advanced open water scuba diver. And yes, today we will do navigation exercise and there will be I think 1 night dive. Very excited. It's nice and sunny outside. Yeah, almost arriving at the dive center. Look at this beautiful streets. Here you can see some of the equipments they retrieved from underwater. Guitar, fins, snorkel mask, face mask, some things they found underwater. If you throw a fruit peel in the ocean, it will take 2.5 weeks. Plastic bottle, glass bottle. So before you throw anything in the ocean on your next trip, whoever you are, if you are into those kind of shit, then don't do it, right? Our ride is here to take us to the boat. We are on the way to the boat for the second day of advanced course.
Put your slippers.
Maybe we will go today to Kandomathila dive site. It's the best dive site here. A lot of sharks, a lot of eagle rays. We went there yesterday also for the first dive. But because of my ears and extremely bad underwater currents, I could not enjoy it. Whole effort went into equalizing the ears and it was a lot of mess in my head. So I told them I want to go there again, experience that dive properly, see some good sharks and eagle rays. So as mentioned by my brother, we are gonna do drift dive today. It means we get in from one place and there is a natural current underwater. So we use that current and come out on the other side. So that's the plan. We are approaching the dive site. We'll go down, get ready. Let's do this. just got out of the water. We finished the drift dive. It was a very interesting experience for sure. You didn't have to swim, you just have to go with the drift. And there was a point where I got a little far away from my instructor and I had to swim against the current. I put full force but could barely swim towards him. It was a very interesting experience for sure. And you feel so helpless in front of the powers of nature. And that's a good feeling to have, right? It puts you in your place back. औकात याद दिला देता है अपनी. And we saw some sharks, eagle rays and a very big turtle. So we have, for our surface interval, stopped at this island near the Manta Point. So this is officially my last dive for my advanced course, and the last dive that I did at the Manta Point, where we did not see any mantas, but some of the skills which I was not very comfortable with, not very good at, for example being completely buoyant in water and trying to consume less oxygen so the dive can be a bit longer. These are things you get better with time, and so far I had not been able to figure it out very properly. But in the last dive, because we could not see manta, we've completely focused on the skills. I think it was a very important dive for me, because after that the confidence level somehow has gotten better, I would say. And Kudagiri wreck will be the last dive. The dive site is here, will be around this reef, and I think the wreck is below here, down. Finally finished my advanced scuba diving open water course. So much I want to share with all of you, but there is a surprise dive coming up, which is a night dive with the manta rays. During sunset we will leave from here, hopefully dive with manta. I mean, hopefully we see them. So yet again, for the fourth time on my way to jetty to catch a boat for the night dive. And joining me is my very dear friend Anna from France, who is a master of waters. I've seen her underwater and
making bubble rings.
making bubble rings. So yeah, we are four of us, two from China. We will do some things there, we'll try some things to attract the mantas, but it's an experimental dive. The fun part in the experiment is the experiment, not the result. So whatever the outcome is, fun anyways, yeah. Right? We are the only boat leaving in the evening. So just at the sunset, we are at the spot where we are gonna dive for the night. The professionals are going in and checking how the currents are and how to go about this. Whatever it is, it's gonna be fun. We'll make sure it's fun. So I just got back home a couple of days back from my advanced scuba diving course, and I was just reflecting upon how that whole experience was. And let's start with the night dive, the final dive that I did. Initially, this thought of going inside water at night time, where all you can see is jitna torch light aage jati hai, everything else is pitch dark, especially when you know that all the apex predators of the ocean like sharks are hunting in the night, right? So it's a scary thought to be around them when they are actively hunting. Well, we went inside the water to see the manta rays, but we couldn't see manta rays. The current underwater was extremely strong. It was something that I've never experienced before. We saw a couple of sharks. One was white tip shark and second was nurse shark. But when you see them in the night time, they are moving. And I've seen sharks in the morning and they are calm and they are swimming around and it's all fine. But when you see them in the night, they're moving at a speed and an intensity which will scare the shit out of you. And then we came back to the island and I was extremely tired and happy that this trip was completed successfully. And I was just thinking about some things. The way this whole experience for me happened was exactly what I needed. Like for example, in the first dive, I couldn't equalize. My right ear was not equalizing. I mean, for people who have not dived, you will not know what I mean. But if you're not able to equalize, you can't dive. So before the first dive, I was a little overconfident. Ki arey, I have dived before, it's not a problem. I can do it. I went inside the water with a little bit of arrogance, not too much, but some arrogance in the back of my mind. And the first minute inside the water, the ocean decided to break your arrogance. and all the experiences were amazing and so much I learned. One of the things that I really like about diving is the fact that when you are diving, you don't feel your body, you don't feel your mind. And it's a very strange experience for me to explain using words, but when you are not experiencing your body and your thoughts, you are just completely present and aware, and you experience the being within you completely there. And I think this is one of the things that happens to me in the mountains as well as in the oceans, that you are just pure awareness there. All the shit of the city that you are going through, all the nonsense of your life which drags people down, when you are in the mountains or in the oceans, they don't exist anymore and you are just purely present. And I think whenever you put yourself out there in nature, this is one of the things which will happen to you, and this is one of the things which I really like. Mountains, oceans, these are two different things, but what it does to you on a very fundamental level is same. And definitely I will be doing much more of scuba diving trips in the upcoming months and years. And through my company Phoenix Experiences, we are going to be organizing a very interesting diving trip for beginners and for people who have already been diving. So go follow Phoenix Experiences on Instagram and you will be updated about upcoming trips and treks and expeditions there. So for now, this was my advanced scuba diving course in Maldives. Till the next vlog, take care of yourself. I hope you guys have a good morning, good evening, good night, good afternoon, wherever you are, whenever you're watching this. Even if you're watching this after 100 years, I'm not here, definitely I'm not here, but hello from the past. And yeah, Jai Hind, Jai Maharashtra, and thank you.